Hi Pisces, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers, you're always welcome. Let's see what our spirit guides have for us today. We're going to ask them what's next in love, what's coming your way. Let's call them in. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you have for us today? What is it that you want us to know and hear? What is the loving energy that's surrounding us, coming towards us? I am listening for you now. I have communication. Okay, that came into me as like a they will be reaching out energy. So for some of you, it could be, I've been hoping you'd reach out. They will call, they will text energy. So if you're wondering about somebody in particular, will I hear from them? So some of you, that could be going on. I've been waiting patiently. Okay. In gratitude. Okay. So a little bit of, I'm hoping you're calling, or I was hoping I'd hear from you again. Could be maybe we've talked once or twice. Maybe sometimes we have this like delay. We meet somebody, we might talk, we might have a first date, and then we don't hear from them for a little while, and you're thinking it's like dead in the water. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, you weren't necessarily in a relationship with them either, but it would have been nice to hear from them again. And then all of a sudden they kind of reach out again and things pick up again. So, sometimes there's a little bit of a delay in the beginning of a relationship. I'm feeling a little bit of that. Recognition, doing some healing, and some hope. Okay. This person might have been just working on some things. They could have been, this came into me as, I recognize something in you that I want to get to know, something like that. And then it was this feeling of, when I was with you, it was really nice talking to you. It felt really good. I really felt like I connected to you. So this person could have felt more, or will feel more in those initial contacts than they thought. Maybe you guys just hit it off. It's sometimes you meet somebody and it's just super easy to talk to them. And there's a part of me that says, we have a good time. It was easy. It was effortless, the conversation. We talked about a lot of different things. It was just easy to talk to them. So there's a part of me that says this person took a step back and then thought about the connection and said, I actually really felt like we did connect. And I feel like you felt the same way. So I'm going to go with this sense of feelings are mutual at whatever stage we're at, that we're both kind of wondering, I'm going to say the connection, I'm going to say we hit it off. Okay. It's a good feeling that we kind of connected and, without any big expectations. But I think the meetings went well. I think the first couple of dates or the first conversations. And then it's like I said, sometimes there's like this delay or pause and you think, oh, it's just another ghoster. But then there's this kind of feeling of coming back around again because they felt the same way. They felt like, we did get along pretty good. Let's take some more time together. Let's do this again. So there's something going on with this person. I would be careful with the I'm busy excuse, because there's that can only go so far. Even if they're busy, if they really like you, if they really are enjoying you, they'll still kind of contact you in some way. Okay. How are you doing? Maybe they'll make plans. I can't see you this week because I'm super, super busy with a huge project at work. I've got a King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, but I'd love to see you next week. So they don't just leave you hanging with, this kind of, I hope they call, and, they give you some kind of plan. And they say, this week I'm booked, but I definitely want to see you next week. And I'm going to put it in my schedule and we'll do something next week. And then they call and they make plans. I do feel like they're very interested, very attracted to you. There is a sense of, I think that this could be real. I really do. Let's keep going for a second. I have an emperor. This person could have a busy life. I mean, a lot of people have busy lives. It's not an excuse, but until you're in a relationship where you know each other's routines and you know each other's schedules, and it's really hard to, believe it or not, fit in a relationship into some people's lives, and people struggle with that. And what happens is they say, I'm just too busy, and days go by, weeks go by, and then they realize they, lost somebody that they really could talk to. I have a 9 of Cups. You got to put in the time and effort. You got to make the time, Spirit's saying. I have a 7 of Cups. So they're saying, don't put all your eggs in this basket yet. Okay. Keep talking to other people. But I could see that something could develop. I can see that there could be some feelings here, and I feel hopeful. I want to use that word. Okay. I feel hopeful for that this will move forward. Okay. That I feel hopeful that it's a good connection. I'm hoping in the best possible way that this person's work isn't an issue, but there's a part of me that says that could be part of the delay. Bottom of the deck, I have a 10 of Pentacles. I have a Lover's card, and I have a 7 of Pentacles. This person could be really just one, keeping their head above water, like a lot of people, but building something. I mean, they could be, they could own a business in difficult times right now. So they're working twice as hard as they used to have to work, or they had to cut back on staff. So now they've got to cover other shifts, so there's always these kind of things that happen, especially for people who are trying to build something. But the Lover's card is coming in, and they're saying, I see you clearly. Okay, the way I'm looking at this mirror, this person sees the real you. I like that. I like the castle in the background, almost this feeling of you're the type of person I could build a life around. You're the type of person that I could see us being happy. So I would say it takes a lot to find somebody that you feel comfortable with. And I do feel like there's a beautiful, I feel at home with you would be the best way to say it. And they could even say that I feel really comfortable with you. I think you're really easy to talk to, or I really enjoy our conversations. I see the real you is also important. This person sees your insides. They acknowledge your insides. You're beautiful inside and out is how they would describe you. So the only thing that's holding me back, or I'm hesitant a little bit about, is a lot of energy is probably going into this person's career right now. It could be you. You could be the one that I got a big career. I'm trying to keep my head above water. I'm trying to get my arms around everything. So it could be either one of you. It could be both of you. Let's see. I have self-sacrifice. Something has to give, right? I think that's going to be what it's going to come down to. All right. Are they actually making plans and putting time aside to be with you? You can't be the last person after everything else is done. And then they kind of look at their list of, what I'm supposed to be doing in my life. And they go, oh yeah, I have a girlfriend. Oh yeah, I have a boyfriend. I need to take them out to dinner once a week. No, that's not going to work for you. They've got to find a way to make time, or they don't have time for a relationship. That's the bottom line. So you've got to figure that out right from the beginning. Here's the investment. Okay, they're investing a lot of time, energy, and money into their career. Are they going to do those same things for you? You know, are they going to invest in you? So part of me feels like they do see the worth, because if you look at this card, it's a bunch of oysters, but there's one oyster that stands out. There's two oysters here that have pearls, you know, so you're one of the special ones. You're different. Okay. I'm going to notice you before I notice all these others. So it's a sense of, you know, hey, you want to be with me? You got to make time. You know, you got to invest some time and energy. I mean, relationships are an investment. If somebody doesn't have the time and they keep saying, I'm too busy, and you're supposed to just roll your eyes and say, oh, I understand. I'll just wait for you. Next week's fine. And the next week comes and goes, and they're too busy again. And they say, well, maybe another time. And you wait again. You know, all of a sudden you've been waiting 3 months to see them for a second date. You're out of your mind. Okay. So you can't do that. You can't. You don't have time for that. That's just a waste of energy. I have this beautiful starfish. Look for symbols. It is coming into me just as a star in general, that you are a star, that you deserve to be treated like a star, that you are special, that you do stand out. So I would say that, you know, I mean, I don't think any of you should be waiting for anybody. This person has to find the time, you know, to be with you. If they start to put in the effort, I would say that this is a great possibility. I think that you feel at home with each other. I think that you really hit it off. I think they're very easy to talk to, at least right out of the gate is how I'm feeling. Now, I'm picking up on like the very, very early stages of a connection. I have a Page of Pentacles. I have Knight of Pentacles. I have the World. And I have a Two of Pentacles. So the couple things came into me. First of all, this felt all like loyalty. Okay. I felt like I do want to be with you. I do want to spend time with you. I do want you to know I'm not spending any other time with anybody else. I don't have time to juggle. I don't have time to juggle multiple people at the same time. So it's going to be somebody who dates one person at a time. And maybe that's where my Two of Pentacles is coming in, that I just can't handle, like keeping two people going. I have a hard enough time like being kind of in one relationship at a time. Some people can date more than one person early on, or date somebody once or twice and date somebody else until they find the right person. This person likes to put in the energy into like focus on one person. Okay. So they're not a serial dater. They find somebody that they think they want to spend some time with, and they kind of give it a shot and spend some time with that person and sees if it's going to turn into more. I have a Seven of Wands. I have a Six of Cups. Four of Cups, Three of Swords. I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want to break your heart. I don't want you to fall for me and then I can't give you what you want. So we have to find out if this person there's a difference between being available. They could be available emotionally. They could have an open heart. They could be endearing. They can be charming. But they also have to be available physically. They have to be available to spend time with you physically. Okay. Not just texting, not just phone messages. They have to do things with you. They have to eat dinner with you. They have to go places with you. They have to go to family functions with you if you do those things. But they have to give you one-on-one time in person. Okay. Otherwise, it's not a relationship. It's pen pal. And they have to be available. So they could be available emotionally. The only thing I'm concerned about, are they too busy? That would be something I would make sure that I am kind of on top of, okay, because it could be excuses, and I want you to be careful with that. I am hopeful. I just want to make sure they're not coming back at you with, I'm too busy. Because there's a feeling like either that you had a problem with somebody in the past with that, or you just want attention. You deserve attention. You want to be in a relationship with somebody that you physically see every day at some point, whether you wake up to them or go to bed to them, or, you maybe in someday you share a home with them, whatever it is that's important to you. But, somebody who strings you along isn't going to work. So we're going to make sure. Your hubby and wife material. Okay, maybe that's something that you're asking spirit for today. Some of you would love to have a spouse. Well, somebody who wants to be in a marriage certainly has to make time to be in a marriage. They can't just say, I'm too busy, I'll see you next week, to their spouse. So that's not going to work. Okay, I'm no longer thinking with my head. I'm following my heart. I'm listening to my heart. So I do feel like this person is emotionally available. I think that that's a good thing. I would say that you picked up on that right from the beginning, that you felt that this person was emotionally stable. They're in a good place. They're saying all the right things. So I do see the attraction. I can see where you're very attracted to this person. I wish I could hug you. I would squeeze all my broken pieces back together. Okay, there could be a part of you that says, this is the person who can make me feel whole again. I'm curious to know more about you. I need to know. It's too early to tell if this person's going to be attentive enough or available enough. But a lot of us struggle with relationships that they were great, but they just didn't have time for a relationship, is what I'm feeling. My feelings are deeper than the physical. I need your energy. Okay, so that's important. And I get high often to rise above my problems. I'm not necessarily feeling that like there's a drug problem or an alcohol problem. If anything, I think it's a work issue. I'm like a workaholic. I think about work. I'm going all the time. Phone's always ringing. I'm always on my phone, things like that would take away from attentiveness to you. I feel your opinion of me will change if I say anything. So maybe they don't want you to know how many hours they put into work. Maybe they want to kind of keep your eyes open. You can tell. You'll know immediately. That the phone rings and you're in the car and they don't let it go to voicemail. They pick it up, while they're with you all the time. So I got to get this energy. I got to answer this. I'm so thankful to have met you. You're one in a million, and you are. Just remember that you're the catch. Okay. You can be with anybody. So if this person doesn't have the time and space, making space in their life for you, you're the catch. There's a lot of people that will. So I want you to think about it that way. Let's put this out into the universe. I think the feelings are there. I feel that they had said they will call or text you. So a person on your mind, something like that. And then I think you just have to kind of see what's going on with this, how much energy they're going to put into this. Are they really going to sacrifice some time and energy and invest is the word into this connection. So we'll ask Spirit to guide you both, but just remember you're the one that has so much to offer. So we are going to ask Spirit to guide us both. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for your comments, everybody. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website, KathyMamolen, psychicmedium.com. I'll put all that information in the description below. I hope you enjoyed your reading. We'll see you again real soon.